Hey there guys, welcome back to another video. In today's video, we're going to take a look at the Civilian case from Urban Armor Gear for the iPhone 14 Pro Max. And a big thanks to them for sending this out to review. All right, so the cases I have here are the Civilian. These come in two different variations. So we have a MagSafe version and a non-MagSafe version. So if you want the non-MagSafe version, that's $49.95. If you want the one with MagSafe, add $10, $59.95. And some quick features on this case, does have HyperCush technology, traction grip, oversized tactile buttons, integrated lanyard anchor. The lanyard is not included though, and it does offer 20 feet of drop protection. Now I've reviewed the Civilian case for past iPhones, and this is definitely one of my favorite cases that UAG offers. It's just a very clean look. And as you can see on the back, we have just two indentions on the top and bottom, and then we have Urban Armor Gear, and it's engraved into the case and abbreviated, and it just looks very, very clean. So it is a matte finish, as you can see, not much shine to it, very, very light, and does not add a lot of bulk to your phone either, which I really, really like. And one thing to also note is that the MagSafe and non-MagSafe version, they're both just as light as each other, so that MagSafe is not gonna add any weight to it. Now, you will notice one difference between the two. So you'll see that the indentation is a little bit different on the MagSafe version because it has to have that MagSafe ring in the center. And as you can see, it is different on the non-MagSafe version. So that is one way to know the difference. You can see it's also a little bit lower here on the non-MagSafe and a little higher here on the MagSafe version. But I think they did a good job of changing the case just enough so that it would work with MagSafe. And honestly, I'm one of those people that definitely prefers to have the MagSafe on there. And this is just 3 of those colors. So the other color that we're missing is black. But if you're curious about the difference in colors, this is Mallard, Olive, and Dark Earth. And again, the Dark Earth is only available on the non-MagSafe version. And now one other thing to note is that there is kind of a two-tone theme going on the fronts of these. So as you can see, the Mallard version is using gray and black on just the rim of the front, while the Dark Earth version has orange, and the Olive also has orange, but you can see a difference in the MagSafe and non-MagSafe. There's more orange on the inside, the interior of the non-MagSafe version than there is on the MagSafe version. But I really do like that because if you've seen that new Apple Watch Ultra, that's using a lot of orange, and I think it just kind of pops, especially when you put it on the phone. And as I mentioned, this does have 20 feet of drop protection, so as you can see, it's going to be a pretty rigid case. We'll go ahead and try on the non-MagSafe version first. I'll show you this orange color because it just, like I said, it just pops when you have this on your phone. So that is how the front of it's going to look. We have just that color on the top. We've got the color on the bottom corners. As you can see, it's not going to add a lot of bulk to your phone, which is really nice. And it does have that really nice smooth feel. So it's not smooth to the point where it's going to slip out of your hands kind of smooth, but it does feel really nice in the hand. So this is the Dark Earth against the white iPhone 14 Pro Max, and I think it looks really, really clean. Taking a look at the front, we do have a nice rim around the front, so this is going to have a raised bezel on the front to protect your screen. We also have a raised bezel around the camera as well, and it's not very much, but it should be enough to protect your camera lenses. And taking a look at the side, they do have these oversized tactile buttons, although we have a little engraving basically inside of it, but you can't really feel it. So I like when cases have it kind of a textured power or textured plus and minus, so that when it's in your pocket, if say someone calls you, you can press the down button to know which one you're pressing. But you can see we also have a little vent here, and the same thing on the plus and minus volume buttons. We have little vents here, so dirt and debris will get in there, so just take your case off and clean it every now and again. Our silent switch is easily accessible. I have cut my nails, so luckily I can reach that, but there are some of those where that's just too small. It's really hard to get to. And of course, on the bottom, it's a little indented right there, but we have perfect cutouts, of course, for those speaker and mic and lightning. These are the lanyard ports, as you can see, so if you wanted to put a lanyard on this, you can. And then, of course, fitment on this is going to be really, really good. Of course, it's going to be a little bit looser where any buttons or any holes are on the case, but this is going to be a really nice, tight-fitting case. Now, even though the non-MagSafe version does not have a MagSafe ring, that doesn't mean it's not going to work with wireless charging. It will still work with wireless charging. If we put this on the back here, you can see it will start charging. It just will not stick. Sometimes, if it's thin enough, it will stick with the magnets on the back of the phone, but sometimes it won't. So this time it will not stick that well, but it will still work with wireless charging, so you are still able to use that. Now, as I mentioned, the Mallard version seems to be the only one that does not have the orange. So this is how that's going to look. So we have the gray up there and gray on the bottoms. I really wish they would have put the orange. I think the orange looks really, really slick. But mallard is definitely my favorite color out of these because I love blue. So it just looks absolutely great. And then you can kind of see the difference here with how they've changed it to accommodate the MagSafe ring. And of course, that's going to work just fine. As you can see, start charging right away. And there you have it, a quick look at the Civilian case from Urban Armor Gear. If you guys are interested in this case, I'll leave a link down below where you can check it out. Any questions or comments on this, feel free to leave them down below, and I'll see you guys in the next video.